Because unfortunately, we live in a society where TikTok takes over, and this is what really got big.
And this is what I saw from Riyadh season.
OMG!
What up, everybody? How are y'all doing?
Welcome to Sweet and Salty, where we talk about something sweet and something salty. We are your hosts. My name is Selwa, aka Sweet.
And I'm Salty. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I think Halloween was the last time we met up.
Remember, we were like, woo! Then just like, poof. And it was like, honestly, not only like it wasn't that long, it really, we were so hyper and just something crashed in winter.
You know what? I'll take a lot of the blame. I did travel for a month. So
Yeah.
I was away. I wasn't able to record.
Boy, it was busy also.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And then we got sick.
Oh my God.
We got regular sick, and then we got sick. We can't talk about that sick. But
yeah. And not only that, we have big families here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like it's like always like even if you're just like with two people in the house, it just becomes four and then five. Like it's incredible,
Oh, yeah.
especially if you have kids, because if they go to school for one day, then it's it's over.
And then they're back. They're sick again.
But it doesn't matter because they still have to go. They have to go back.
I know.
Mothers and fathers.
Hey, I live between two schools. I have a girls' school on one side of the house and a boys' school on the other side of the house.
I've seen the village. And I mean
It's
village.
so bad. It's so bad. There's two places I've been to in the past couple of months since we haven't really caught up with you guys yet. Firstly is the new AMC Theater that opened up, I believe, in November or October.
That's true.
Guys,
yeah.
in Jeddah, phenomenal. It's one of the best experiences in movies that I've been to. They
Oh
also,
my God,
I love the movies.
it. I love what you were saying.
It's actually like all the nachos are like American style nachos, popcorn. They have icy. Dude, they have icy from the States. They brought icy from the States. I'm addicted.
If you're outside, you don't know what we're talking about right now because you're like, that's just like in our movie theater. But you have to remember, we just
got it. Like, yeah, I think 2019 was the first time they opened it up.
Yeah,
we haven't had movie theaters since like the 70s.
Right, which were private at that time too.
It was. I mean, I'm enjoying it now. Obviously, I wasn't around in the 70s, but it was.
It was like a beautiful experience. It was more like the dine-in. Like what is it called? Like it was outside, outdoors. Like where they put
outdoor
this
theaters.
projector.
I love outdoor theaters.
Yeah, that is
I
nice.
want a drive-in theater in Jeddah. I would love that.
How come we don't have one?
They have one in Riyadh, I believe.
That's
I heard that. I know that they have one in the Emirates. I know they have one in certain states.
Yeah, that is
and they're
true.
bringing them back. But I would love one in Jeddah.
I think with like the whole like thing going on, I think that's one of the best solutions too. About like getting a fresh air, because we don't like living in the desert is not easy getting fresh air. Like you're gonna have to go. What were you telling me? The plans you wanted to go? Ooh, don't you want to visit around the kingdom?
Yes, so I'm actually going to be planning on driving all the way down to Abha, which is the south of Saudi, for those who don't know. My sister lives down there, so I do want to drive down there. I do want to film my trip down there. It's really amazing. It's like mountains and stuff. Yeah,
and it's just gorgeous.
I'll put a picture up right here of one of the views that I've seen up there. I took it with my phone, so it looks really amazing. But imagine how much more beautiful it is in real life, because it's so beautiful. It is like being in Germany or Austria because it's all full of mountains and greenery.
Right.
And every time I went down there and I took pictures, everybody's like, "Wait, that's Saudi? That's not Saudi."
Yeah,
that's not Saudi.
So yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of places here because it's it's a big country, but unlivable because it's unlike it's land territory is very hard territory to live, but it's a big country.
There are a lot of spaces that like the sand is too soft to construct anything. There's no water nearby. Even if you were to build a well, it wouldn't hold the water just because of the sand around it and everything.
It's complex land or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an interesting couple of months.
Where did you go also? Where did you travel? I know you traveled a lot, so let us know.
Yeah, so I went to New York. I went back home. I went to see my grandparents. I had Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to post it right here. Your boy gained some weight.
Yeah, anytime you're going to go back to family, it's going to happen.
I went back. I saw some friends. It was a really good time. I saw my grandparents. I had lots of food. I traveled to California for a week. I saw some friends over there as well. Did some shopping here and there.
Yeah, Cali shopping.
Cali shopping, yeah. But it was nice. I got to catch up with some friends I haven't seen in years. I got to see my grandparents. I haven't seen my grandparents before the pandemic, so it's been a second.
Yeah,
so it was really nice to kind of catch up.
Yeah, so for me, like I just jumped into work and just woke up and everybody was sick. And I was like, what the heck is happening?
And as soon as I was ready to shoot, Sela was sick. It was like, and as soon as she was ready to shoot and she was done being sick, I got sick.
Exactly. So it was like we were trying to get everything straight. But we wanted to talk about a few things that happen around the kingdom here.
So there's a huge artist that made this really nice mural of several Saudi celebrities, including Fatma al-Banawi and Qusay, and it's this huge nice mural, and it's really nice because it's all about artwork. And you know, me being an artist, and I graduated with an art degree, which is pretty useless.
You always say that, and I always argue with you.
The thing is, I was actually talking to, when I went back to the States, I was talking to one of my friends who graduated with me, and she saw our YouTube video when we were talking about art school, and she was laughing so hard. But then she was like, "Oh my God, I wouldn't have the guts to say that like internationally because I would get in trouble." Yeah. But talk about art. There was something interesting. Salwa literally told me before we started filming, and I was like, "Wait, what?
Right, yeah.
Why have I not heard of this?"
Okay, so there's this artist Nasser Hawsawi, and I just want to show his beautiful sculptures. He is an engineer, a Saudi engineer from Hijaz area.
Okay.
And his work is incredible. And it was beautiful. He's 30 years old, so he's like our age. He's young. He was studied his engineering all his life and turned that into studying like facial structures and things like that. And so he creates 3D images of like body parts and like women faces and men and things like that. And he just unleashed his whole collection, and it was just really beautiful to see. And I think it's inspiring, especially as you know, seeing Saudi artists that go for their dreams, especially where like you just like that's what happened to us. You know, we turn around, we're like, no, we're not gonna just stay in a job or in a corporate career. We want to create art and like make people happy, create emotions, and it's so beautiful to see that. And unfortunately, I'm sure you haven't heard of it, even if you're local, because
I didn't hear of it.
Because unfortunately, we live in a society where TikTok takes over, and this is what really got big.
And this is what I saw from Riyadh season.
OMG! Oh my God! Okay, so I'm not hating this cute young
gentleman, if you will.
Gentleman. I mean, he's doing his thing, he's young, whatever. I mean, it's not that.
Isn't this like a direct copy of that French dude in France who does the exact same walk?
I can't believe you recognize that.
I recognized the walk. I was like, yo, this dude
We're going to put it side to side in case you don't know.
And it wasn't like even like, it's not even original. Like you could...
That is not the problem.
I don't want to bash this dude.
Okay, this is one thing I wanted, like we were talking about doing an episode like that, because there's like, it is society that picks who and what they want to view. Like that kid said it himself, like I didn't know that it was going to hit like that big, and he just did it. And like,
how many views did he get?
13 to 20 million.
We're in the wrong field. I'm leaving.
The thing, that's what happened. Okay, so
I need to get back on TikTok.
Okay, you know that I've been recently just started my whole social media. Like I've been a private person all my life. I've been working behind the scenes in marketing and things like that. And I just like suddenly changed. And I get this question constantly asked, and I'm not insulted. Like I don't get insulted about like anything about public imaging or whatever, image or whatever. But like people be like, how come you don't have more followers? You know, you should have more followers. You should have more likes. Like, how come you're so talented or like whatever, you know? And I'm like, I can't answer that, but this kid can answer that.
Yeah.
So like for me, I understand media. I've always understood like how things get picked up, and it's like literally the least effort that you put in your work, the least that you just like doing like crazy, outrageous, like just sometimes, oh my God, like Charlie, what her name is? She just
Charlie D'Amelio.
Okay, she just stares at the camera for like 5 seconds, and she gets like what, 100 million views.
She also has like 100 million followers.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And do you see her content?
No, but like with Charli D'Amelio, I'll have to argue the fact that she's done a lot of like dances. She got trending. She's a very cute person. So you have a lot of people. But like, I'm not saying like, okay, there are far worse people than Charli D'Amelio.
There are girls that dance.
Oh yeah, there
that
are
is not
dancers.
Dancing, dude.
No, she's TikTok dancing. There's a difference with. Oh, I know a professional dancer. She rolls her eyes anytime somebody mentions
like
TikTok.
If you are a dancer, like a professional dancer, you should be insulted at what the heck is going on. Like because.
Like what is this?
No.
And
forget
TikTok.
It. Like us, like we're 90s kids, right? Are we? Yeah, we're 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, we grew up with this.
Yeah, but dude, they danced.
Oh yeah, they dance.
I bet you none of those TikTokers can dance half of like Justin or JC or the Backstreet Boys. No, come on.
Talking about Justin,
their whole story. You saw their documentary, like what they had to been put through. They were put through hell to get where they were. Somebody like Charli, who's like usually, honestly, I'm not like trying to hate, but it's copying usually real artists, like the small people. They would go and see what they're doing and they would blow it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like original or like a style.
And all the dances seem very similar to each other.
And I'm not only talking about her. Like, I don't even know half of the TikTok's name. Like, I only know her because like it's everywhere. Like, you know what I mean?
But like, you have example like performers like Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. You have these people that actually perform. Usher performs to this day.
And there's millions of TikTok dancers that are not getting viewed. Like,
exactly.
They're
and they're amazing professional. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were saying, like back to how we danced. Like, we danced. Like back then, we weren't looking at the camera and just like, and like, you know, and like, what
we
is
did
it?
You.
Yeah, like I'm like what? Like this isn't dancing, okay? This is dancing. I don't know, and like this is that. What the heck is this? Like it's so robotic. And it's not like there is no rhythm.
It's the same things.
It's not a rhythm, you know. Like you see a lot of I've seen a lot of young dancers, and like usually they just dance for the love of it. They're not gonna like make a TikTok video for you just like so you know because it's a trend.
But the thing is now everybody's doing. Anybody who remotely likes dancing is gonna do TikTok because that's how you get famous.
Right. That's true.
If they were more on
and cat videos.
Cat videos? Oh yeah, cat videos. That's okay. We're not gonna go there because that's like internet law. We cannot talk anything negatively about cat videos. You will get canceled. Right? You're gonna get canceled faster than being a racist on the internet because apparently
that's okay.
People appreciate that, and that's fine. That's freedom of speech. But insult cat videos.
They're coming for you.
They're gonna come for you.
Or Queen Bee.
I'm not gonna mess with the beehive. I do not mess with the beehive.
Exactly.
They attack and they're fierce. Exactly. They will shut this YouTube down faster than I can log in.
But I'm not putting him down, but like honestly, like okay, he did his thing, but the thing is like there's a starving artist on the side of the road who's singing and painting.
Straight up, like this guy
and he's a pro, and it's unfortunate, and it's just the way that. I mean, society's become to watch.
This reminds me of a person like myself who has been through art school, who has a professional education in art too. I wouldn't say my art is bad. I wouldn't say my art is amazing. I would say my art is decent.
Yeah. Being humble for a moment. We're gonna humble for
I like a humble pie. No, but like for real, like I think that I do some decent work. I have some pieces that I think are really good. I have a lot of pieces that I think are subpar. But when you have a person like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and they do something silly and they're getting millions of dollars for artwork that they barely contributed to. We're not going to go into the whole NFT situation. That's a whole topic that we'll maybe grace sometime later. But we're talking about like just straight up art. We have so many, I would say, celebrity kids. Here's an example. When I was graduating university, actually the year after I graduated university, Brooklyn Beckham, yes, Victoria and David Beckham's son, handsome man. Burberry decided to allow him to shoot their entire catalog. What qualifies Brooklyn Beckham to shoot an entire catalog? I'm a photographer, a professional photographer, professionally trained with a bachelor's degree in photography. How come I don't get a job like that? I'm not saying
that's kind of nepotism as
well. That is definitely nepotism. It's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's nepotism because David is his dad and Victoria's his mom.
Right.
Like, other than that, he wouldn't get the job. And when you look up the pictures, I swear to you, a 13-year-old who just learned how to use a camera does decently better work. Like, I bet you, I'm going to give you that camera right there. There's a camera right there sitting. I'm going to give that to Mimi, and she's going to do better pictures. And I'm going to leave it on auto. And I bet you she's going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. No, for real. They were okay. They were okay. Didn't have, like, an artistic touch or anything cool about it. Yeah. They had filters. And they probably had editors fix all the mistakes he did.
I'll hire a photographer to retake the photos just to look good,
They probably
right?
did,
I mean, that's crazy. But no, like, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it just doesn't matter. It's just, at the end of the day, it's like, say more. Is it the people that push the agenda for these kind of people to come up? Mm-hmm. Is it the society feels like the simpler, more relatable people are? Like, for example, I feel, and that is my opinion, like, why some people succeed a lot, most of the time is because they're relatable. And if you think of the Kardashians, like, they weren't, like, talented to the extreme. They weren't, like...
They're everyday people.
They weren't even educated, like, from university level. Like, they didn't have, like, those kind of advantages. What they had was like, they knew how to relate to the, like, just the regular mind.
They had business savvy, that's it.
Yeah, and they knew that, let's just make everybody entertained. Like, it doesn't have to have value.
Wasn't Kim's original job to organize the closet for Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, and Lindsay Lohan?
But then she could have been a stylist.
Well, that's what she was organizing their closet. And I don't mean organizing by putting the white shirts here. No,
like,
she was organizing the closets.
We're talking about
clothing.
Like their
like,
oh,
you're going,
yeah, and their like Grammys.
You're going clubbing here. Wear this with this and match these.
Yeah, so it's like
heels.
a stylist.
Yeah,
also.
almost like a stylist, like
assistant, what a personal assistant.
And then she got famous, and and
I think like people like who are very talented and they're like always the underdogs, which I see myself like. I've always been like that because I don't like to like. I'm not a person who's always like to be in the like. Talking to people constantly and filming my entire life. Like I love privacy. It's like it's a blessing. And so for me, it's like it's different. But for those people, I totally understand them going to more simple focusing. Because if you're really talented, you need a niche market to be interested in.
Oh yeah.
You need people who are going to be like, oh, I see that art. I see that beauty. So that's how I talk to myself to stay positive. Because otherwise, I'd just go insane.
Honestly,
even in your field, you see it all the time. Not only on social media. Yeah, you see a person who is just like constantly sucking up to the boss and doesn't really do the real work behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
Gets everything. So you have to talk to yourself like, why do society pick these topics or these people to always, look at? And
I mean, to kind of spit out a little bit of my humble pie that I had just a little while ago. When I first moved here, I got really famous, and I'm talking about like 20,000 views on Snapchat. Famous. My Snapchat was public. My Instagram wasn't getting a lot of hits, but I was getting a ton of likes. I was getting like 3,000 likes and stuff. It started getting to my ego. Recently, if you go through my Instagram, I took away all the likes. You can't see any likes.
Yes.
Only I can see the real numbers.
Right.
And the reason behind that isn't because I'm getting low numbers. It's because people are judging your worth by your likes.
Yeah.
Selva is one of the best artists I know when it comes to makeup, when it comes to self-portraiture. And I'm not saying it because she's my good friend. I'm saying it because it's true. Hamza is one of our good friends. He's amazing with his conceptual art. His implementation is phenomenal. If he had huge budgets and we were living in the States, I guarantee you his work's going to be in vogue. I guarantee it.
Right.
He's an amazing artist. But the problem is we live in a society that doesn't acknowledge that. They acknowledge that number next to that like button.
Right.
They think how many followers is exactly how much you, how your value is. I was actually talking to someone yesterday about there's a person that was contacting them and on their DMs and saying, oh yeah, I like your posts and stuff like that. And then that person told me, oh yeah, look at this person's an influencer is messaging me. I was like, oh cool, who is it? They sent me the profile. That person had 11,000 followers. I have 10,700-ish. I think you're closer to 8K now.
Yeah.
So influencer is anybody above 7K, technically speaking. Yeah. So this person was messaging that person, and the 11K person, when I went through their posts, they had fake followers because their posts were like 60 likes, 30 likes, 100 views on videos, 300 views, And then when you kept scrolling down, you found like one video with 3,000 views or one post with like 700 likes. So it's like, okay, this is fishy.
But then also, like, are you like, for us? I don't like to say like the word influencer. I don't even like using it for like,
I hate
people.
it.
I hate that word itself. But like, if you're a public figure or whatever it is, and then you're a creator.
Yeah.
And this is what I respect, any type of creator.
Right.
Even if it's comedy, even if it's just stupid things, but you're a creator and you love making, producing things.
Yeah.
So as long as you're always like love creating things instead of like loving yourself more than love narcissism, the whole idea of me.
Well, that's the thing. After
sharing like things that can help. You know?
Well, that's the thing. When I was doing a Snapchat and Instagram when I first moved to Saudi, I got so famous so quickly. It became overwhelming. Yeah. I had stalkers.
You didn't know who.
I legit had stalkers. I had people that were just there for clout. They were there to just be on my Snapchat and get their 15 seconds of fame. I realized that whole environment was toxic, and I pulled back. When I got really famous on streaming, same situation. I pulled back. When I got famous on Instagram, I pulled back. I stopped posting.
You're a personal person. Like, you like your privacy.
I love my privacy. And that's the reason why I don't like to use Snapchat in terms of the public accounts. I have been, this past week, I went back to Snapchat just because I want to kind of see how it's going. And which reminds me, I forgot to pull my phone.
You need to convince me if I should open up Snapchat.
The thing is, Snapchat in the Middle East is very popular. You're going to get a lot more views than Instagram or YouTube because Snapchat is where everybody kind of communicates. And mind you, for those who don't understand, like for the people that are watching in the States or outside the Middle East, Snapchat is huge here. It's bigger than Instagram. Literally, most celebrities in the Middle East only post on Snapchat.
That's true.
They'll have Instagram as a backup.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Instagram as a backup?
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that thing. And I'm like, actually, I hate Instagram for a lot of different things. But
Snapchat is worse.
Snapchat is, I don't even...
No, because at least like the way Instagram, YouTube work, you show your like, it's like a channel media. It looks like a media page, you know what I mean? But where you go there, it's almost like confusing because you're like, what is this? Did they post this? Who's posting this? Stories, more stories. Yeah. What is going on? And one thing that kills me, and we'll just like, you know those cosplayers, the girls that we're seeing and
the gamer girls?
These are not cosplayers.
And they're not gamers. They just have an expensive computer.
It's good. And they put that chair and then, and it's like, oh, look, I'm a cosplayer. And I'm like, what? I can't see your makeup or face or outfit. What I can see is other things. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, the center of the video.
Like, honestly, like I feel for people when they see that, like what we're talking about. But there are people.
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con a couple of times, and it's amazing. And you see real cosplayers, and then you can tell a real cosplaying girl who's been doing it for years. Yeah. From the quality of their costume, even if they don't have the budget, they work an entire year.
They will make it. They will make it.
They will make every single piece by hand. Mm-hmm. And I know a few people, I went to art school, so I know a lot of people who actually did that as jobs as well.
They draw it out.
Yeah, they'll draw it, they'll create it from everything from foam to like everything. And then you see the fake people who purchase the bodysuits and call it a day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's like, usually the same thing.
No, and it's not even like the bodysuit or whatever it is. It's not even like how the girl looks like or whatever, but it's actually how she presents herself. That's really what it is. It's such an airhead look. Like, it's so powerful to be a cosplayer. You are strong, you are fierce, and you transition, you mold. So you
become the character.
Yeah, so, and it's like anybody could be. And there is like, we don't discriminate. Doesn't matter who you are, what you like. Like, we just love that you do it.
So yeah, this is honestly, it's been a good episode coming back here. It's a good return.
We missed you.
And I missed you. Honestly, I walked in and I was like, oh my God, I missed you so much. I miss being back here.
It's been nostalgic.
Right. It's been an interesting past couple of months.
Yeah. It's lots of changes.
Lots of changes. Yeah.
We just want to hope that everybody's doing well in these times and take care of yourself. And I hope you enjoy it with us. Creators, artists, and anybody who's watching, if you would like to let us know what topics you want us to cover, please let us know. Like we said, this is something that we would love to give back. So whatever, we can help in any ways, let us know.
Please do. I know I need to talk about the elephant in the room for a second, because if you've watched so far, you deserve an explanation. Not really an explanation, but an inside look.
Oh.
Because I know some people only watch maybe the first 5 minutes and this is not for me.
What happened? What happened?
I know everybody's going to be commenting about this.
What?
My tattoo.
Oh my God. I have a lot to say.
So honestly, my artist was so nice and so gentle. And if you see, it intentionally fades off at the bottom. So it sort of fades, which is really nice. It's very structured, and it's exactly in the middle of my hand. So this is exactly the center. It's perfect. I was
telling you, actually, you have to get my name on your neck. Like, right. For everybody. Everybody knows who you represent.
I'm actually designing a couple more. I'm not gonna show y'all.
Okay.
But when I get it
You know what I want you to do then? If I ever had a tattoo, design what I should do.
Oh, design for you?
Yeah, like what kind of design that you would think I should do. Because I really like it. Okay, let's turn this part off.
You know what's funny? I've been dying to get like a little salt shaker tattoo for being salty.
That is cute.
But I don't know where to put it.
Okay.
I wanted to put it right here at the back of my elbow.
Right here.
Oh my God. Imagine walking in somewhere with a salt shaker on my cheek. It was really nice being back. I just wanted to give you guys a little something because y'all stayed all the way to the end of the video. If you did stay all the way to the end of the video, make sure you leave a comment down below. We're going to pin you. You're going to be the top comment as long as you say something appropriate. Don't say something inappropriate. But yeah, thank you
for watching today, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.